Good evening, everyone. My name is David John Sponheim. I'm here with Sarah Hart.
Hello, everybody.
This is America's Third Party's Technology Thursday show in which we interact, and I mean interact. We've been interacting with everybody tonight. We've got a caller who is an expert on technology and security,
At least
the internet.
claims to be.
Claims to be from England. He's very drunk tonight, so we might not have the exact answers to our questions, but we were talking about some important issues earlier about all the security breaches that have happened with Bradley Manning and Edward Snowden. And this person told us, and he's in the far corner of our show, we're right over here from England, and he's just trying to watch and listen to what we're saying. He said that we should just hire some of the best hackers in the world, and that would secure our security in America. The U.S. government should hire those
really
people.
good
Yeah.
hackers.
So if you believe that doing that,
The U.S. government should hire those people. Yeah. So if you believe that doing
okay, that was definitely somebody impersonating Don Tony.
Nick Hall says, I thought we already did that. I was under the impression that we already the
Well,
NSA hired hackers. In
true.
fact,
That was done already.
you
True.
brought up the point earlier that Edward Snowden didn't even graduate from high school, and he was hired as a contractor by the NSA.
And Louis told us that that's irrelevant. What kind of a high school degree he has, people can find out all about the internet and learn on their own. Louis has apparently learned a tremendous amount, and is capable of doing any number of things. He's talked about being able to find IP addresses through Skype, and he's able to do anything he wants any time of the day. His knowledge base is so large that he's so cocky about his knowledge base that he believes that he's impervious to anyone even going after him. He doesn't care. He's that confident in his level of technological
even
prowess.
going after him, he doesn't care. He's that confident.
That's something that's very interesting.
Louis, let's ask you a question. What can people do to protect themselves from hackers?
Wow. Now, I just heard from Louis earlier, because he's eating right now. I don't want to interrupt him.
Sorry.
I just heard recently that firewalls are a thing of the past. I mean, that won't stop anything. The idea of proxy servers was something antiquated. This guy is so far ahead of the times that he is becoming a godhead in the computer industry. Go ahead. Perhaps a legend
Sorry,
in
what
his
did you
own
want me to
right.
say?
Well, what we're talking about is you, Louis. You're the guy that we're...
So our
Sorry.
question was, what
Yeah.
can individuals do to protect themselves from hackers?
Right. What can individuals do to protect themselves from hackers? Because you said
It's very easy.
it is easy. Okay. Should they go
The
ahead?
first form of hacking in the UK at the moment, okay?
Mm-hmm.
First form of hacking in the UK at the moment, it's not even hacking, it's called phishing. That's what's happening in the UK at the moment. That's how people are getting lots of money via bank accounts.
Right.
Never ever respond to any emails, never download any files.
Right.
Always make sure that you're on websites that are trusted and visited. At the top left hand side of your Google Chrome, it'll say trusted.
True.
Just don't trust anybody on the internet, literally.
Right.
If you trust somebody, that they can fuck you right up.
Right. Well, the thing about phishing, it's very low tech. They just send emails with, what do they send? Key logging executable files that if you do download or click on them, they grab your
even that.
password.
Hey, executable one of the most annoying sound in the world.
Okay.
So the thing at the moment in the UK, okay, there's a lot of phishing going around for bank accounts. Now what that involves is actually black hatters. What they're doing is they're using mail software to send thousands and thousands of emails to leads with a fake letter saying please log into your online banking, which will then redirect you to a website,
Okay.
which you'll put your details in, your credit card number, your bank number, etc., and then that will all be stolen and that'll be used online.
That is very low tech. They create a fake bank company pretending to be one of your bank cards. You go to the fake site, put in all your information, and just like Louis said, away goes all your money, and disappears. So we have a high risk with a lot of the phishing going on. I noticed that the U.S. Justice Department took like 3 years to warn people about phishing, and it very low response time from our high-level technologists in American government. We're wondering if they recently lost the secret plans to 30 top secret military designs.
Hi, David.
We have a problem there. If they continue to lose our technology and our security, Will it pose a risk to our nation's security, or is the financial risk more important to worry about? Louis, do you think financial sector
The thing is,
seriously? Go ahead.
sorry, the thing is, as you're aware, I mean, how do we know at the moment that people aren't hacking into our national security systems and getting all the information they need
Right.
to, you know, put an attack onto any country in, you know what I mean, in the world they need to?
Right. How do they know that? Yeah, that's a good question. Good point. We don't, and that's the fact that
All
Here's
these
some,
wars and that
here's
are
some
attacking.
good advice from Meow TV 2, who is also.
Oh, he's rolling up a
tech
joint.
savvy. He says never execute an exe file. Can
Okay.
you remove that?
Sure. Hang on just a second.
David, look at this video about the NSA chief,
No,
if you
no,
will,
no,
please.
things that I can read.
Okay, hang on. I just got a link from another person.
Here's the link in Von Chat.
Go ahead. Hang on. Okay, we're taking live
Dave,
feeds.
by the way, that isn't a joint.
Oh, it's not. It's not a joint. No, it was just a cigarette,
It's
folks.
tobacco.
It's tobacco, everybody. Yeah.
Okay.
No need to worry about
Yeah,
that.
I don't
okay.
smoke. I don't smoke
I understand.
marijuana.
I'm going to take a look at that link.
Oh, roll your own.
Yeah. NSA Chief General Keith Alexander heckled at hacker conference in Las Vegas. That's an interesting link. Thank you for that. That's her phone.
Yes, no.
Okay. All right. Well, we're downloading that.
See,
I want to take
sometimes,
her to the park that we had our first.
Oh, we can watch that.
We'll watch that in just a
sometimes
bit.
some white hat hacker, which is obviously, you know,
Right. A black hat hacker could be very dangerous to our nation's security. That's true.
no, white hat,
A white hat. Okay. Alrighty. Let me take a look at this
yes.
conversation.
I like doing white hat work.
Good. Well, I'm glad to hear that. That makes me feel better because I know we're worried about people like Barnaby Jack, who you haven't heard about. He's a guy who professed to be able to cause heart attacks in people with pacemakers from 30 remotely from anywhere in the world, and he's dead now. Let me take a look at the feed from this video. I'm going to play it for all of you.
Pause it so it can download a little bit. Or,
Yeah. Well, it was going to download. Let's take a look here. Let's play that. Okay, hang on.
People say they're listening to all our communications.
Okay, people say we're listening to all our communications. Listening?
That is not authorized.
That is not authorized. Okay, we know that. This is a guy
That's
speaking
the
in front of a
fact.
black hat conference. Heckled at
What
him.
you're hearing, what you're seeing, what people are saying is, well, they could.
Okay.
The fact is, they don't. Our nation takes stopping terrorism as one of the most important things.
Okay. Now he's being heckled.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And
Okay.
with that,
Apparently they're laughing at him or
that,
something.
when you think about it, how do we do that? Because we stand for freedom. Not that.
This is
But I
the
think
NSA
what you're
Chief
saying
General Keith Alexander defending internet
Is
surveillance
that
programs.
in these cases, what's the decision? Where's the discussion? And what tools should we have to stop those?
No, I'm saying I don't trust you.
Wow.
You lied to Congress. Why would we believe you're not lying to us right now?
Right.
I haven't lied to Congress.
What about SKS? Congressional testimony.
Wow. This is good. Thank you.
Thank you for that. But I do think this is important for us to have this discussion because, in my opinion, what you quickly believe is that which is written in the press without looking at the facts. All these allegations of what they could be doing, but when people check, like the Intelligence Committee, they found 0 times that's happened. And that's no bullshit.
Yeah.
Those are facts.
Okay. What about that one time when a FISA judge overturned a ruling? I mean, seriously, Louis, This is pretty sad. What this guy is trying to do. Apparently, we lost Louis.
Yeah, let's just
All
use
right.
that screen region too.
Okay. This is an interesting point, and I want to address this issue. Thanks for that link, by the way, homeless guy running for office. Obviously, the NSA sent this guy in front of a hacker convention in Vegas to defend their surveillance of our daily life, of our phone conversations, of our Skype communications, of everything. They're just defending it constantly. And we're supposed to sit back and believe this guy that they never did anything wrong. Right. And then we got Edward Snowden, who recently reported, risking his life, reported that the NSA has been listening to everything domestic, not just foreign communications, but domestic, and ultimately is violating our personal freedom, our Fourth Amendment right to privacy. It is ultimately going to squelch our ability to even communicate openly and freely and have a free press. And the AP is being monitored by the Justice Department. Their emails are being looked at. Apparently, this stuff is so endemic in our system and ubiquitous everywhere that this guy had to step in front of a bunch of hackers and boldly tell them that that's no BS, that he's not watching anything, that he's not reporting anything. This is ridiculous. Their bold-faced lies in front of the American people are being called into question by people like Edward Snowden. And I gotta ask you, Sarah, do you believe that Edward Snowden is a hero or a traitor? What's your opinion on Edward Snowden at this point? Because I think he's both. I personally think he's both.
I think that what he revealed, what needed to be revealed, and I don't know about him being a traitor until evidence. If he is accused of being a traitor, he needs to be tried in a U.S. court.
Well, now Bradley Manning was just tried in a U.S. court, and he was acquitted of actually helping the enemy, so he wasn't in any way a traitor.
He wasn't a traitor,
right?
Correct, because there's the definition, or he wasn't guilty of treason. The definition for treason, correct?
Right.
Is that right?
That's right.
Because the definition of treason is defined specifically in the Constitution. By the way, answer to my question came out from Meow TV 2, who I want to say on film and on recording, congratulations for earning his 5th PhD today.
Wow. Congratulations on your 5th PhD.
And he answered the question which I had, which is how can people protect themselves? Okay, when you're checking email, never execute these types of files with these extensions, .exe, .zip, .arj, .arc, or anything that comes from somebody you don't trust. 2,
exactly.
Create a second email to actually answer your emails from. I didn't really think of that one. That's a pretty interesting one. Never answer your email with your primary email.
Right.
Answer it from another email. 3, never use your real banking information or reveal it online ever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You're doing, and then if you don't know
Siren
the
C.
sender, simply ignore the message.
Right. If you don't know the sender, ignore the message. So folks, we are vulnerable if we indeed click on executable files. But if you're not doing any of that, and I appreciate Louis for actually saying what he said, if you're not clicking on anything executable, chances are, or you're not going to any other website and logging in your credit card information unknowingly, then you're going to be safe. Chances are. The fact of the matter is, if we sit back and just let our country oppress our personal freedom in the name of national security, and we see breaches in our national security left and right, like the 30 military plans that were breached of aircraft by the Shanghai hacker group. If we see this going on, we must know that our government is incompetent, that they're allowing high-level breaches of our national security as it is. What makes us think that they're capable of preventing any kind of hackers at the NSA from grabbing our personal information and selling it to some other country?
Exactly, but you know what? I have to say, a person came in our chat room just a sec, that has a very good point, because with the Edward Snowden, can you leave that?
Sure.
With the Edward Snowden issue, it's also, we have to realize it's not just the government that's involved with this. Who we should also be looking at is the corporations and many people. This person was saying, us end users,
right.
We go, Oh, terms of use, terms of service, agree. I don't want to read through all that legal mumbo jumbo.
Right.
And we simply click agree. And we have to realize what Snowden revealed is that all of these corporations are in bed with the government to allow them to get this information.
Right.
The all of these, you know, and we're talking about hacking, all of these corporations don't have back doors that just any hacker who teaches themselves can get access to this information, can get access to this user data. In fact, it's the corporations that give access to the government. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of video right now. I'm sorry to cover your face, Sarah, but this is a little bit of a video that I think all of you need to be aware of. First of all, the government has been involved in developing corporations like Microsoft, in developing corporations like Google, like Facebook. And I'm going to play a little clip of a video that's out on the internet that talks about how the government's actually embedded themselves in these corporations through front corporations like In-Q-Tel, which is a cover for DARPA group, which is part of our defense. Let's just talk about how they've embedded themselves in the social networks like Google and Facebook. Listen to this for a second.
Have you thought about the privacy you put at risk? The Facebook allows users to post their favorite music, books, movies.
Please don't touch anything when I'm doing this. It's really important.
Their address, hometown, phone number, email, clubs, jobs, educational history, birth dates, sexual orientation, interests, daily schedules, exactly how they are related to friends, upload pictures of themselves, and even political affiliations. Its privacy policy even goes so far as to state it also collects information about you from other sources, such as newspapers and instant messaging services. This information is gathered regardless of your use of the website. Think that's scary? The Facebook's term of service state, by posting member content to any part of the website, you automatically grant, and you present and warrant that you have the right to grant, to Facebook an irrevocable, perpetual, non-exclusive, transferable, fully paid, worldwide license with the right to sub-license to use, copy, perform, display, reformat, translate, excerpt, in whole or in part.
Okay, so obviously we've got a problem. Sarah wanted to enlarge the screen, so I had to.
I wanted to make sure everybody could read what was.
Thanks.
What they
Yeah,
were
she doesn't
referring
understand
to.
that there's a backbone of video production going on here that she messes with during our recordings, which makes our recordings seemingly amateurish. In the process, it ruins the slick, professional formula that we're trying to deliver here, which is difficult to master in and of itself. We're using technology every single day, folks. And the last thing we need is to screw up the details of our show, all right? Now, that being said, what about your personal life being exposed in the Facebook account? What about you agreeing to everything that goes on in Facebook, stays on Facebook, and is given over to the entire world? What about that? Thank you. What about the idea that our country is basically bending over backwards, left and right, to give all our information data over to NSA and anybody within our government at any given time? Okay?
Exactly. So many people don't read the terms of service, and they simply agree to it. And then Facebook is also really should be held liable because in some ways, because they haven't always updated their users saying that terms of service have updated. But of course they say, oh, the terms of service can change at any time. That's in all of their terms of service.
Yeah, they can change their laws, their rules, anything at any time. Doesn't even matter. So they're watching us. And let me tell you more about this video right now. It's really very disturbing. They installed money into these companies. How do you think Facebook got valued at $110 billion? And then it was dropped in value right after that. Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley, they're even facing lawsuits right now because they falsely were given a $110 billion value when Facebook stock IPO went available. Many people got burned in that stock. Well, the government is underwriting everything. They're giving all the money to Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg got money from the government, They got money from Russian mobsters like Yuri Milner, who gave him hundreds of millions of dollars to get a 9% stake in Facebook. So essentially what's going on in Facebook is open season to anybody around the world, including Russian mobsters, or whatever they are. I'm not sure if Yuri Milner is a mobster, but I can tell you he's definitely somebody who should be of great interest to our government, especially on a national security level. But they're embedding themselves in the social networks. Now let me show you exactly what I'm talking about.
Board with Gilman Louie, CEO of In-Q-Tel, a venture capital firm established by the Central Intelligence Agency in 1999. This firm works in various aspects of information technology and intelligence, including most notably nurturing data mining technologies. Breyer has also served on the board of BBN Technologies, a research and development firm known for spearheading the ARPANET, or what we know today as the Internet. In October of 2004, Dr. Anita Jones climbed on board BBN along with Gilman Louie. But what is most interesting is Dr. Jones' experience prior to joining BBN. Jones herself served on the board of directors for In-Q-Tel and was previously the Director of Defense Research and Engineering for the U.S. Department of Defense. Her responsibilities included serving as an advisor to the Secretary of Defense and overseeing the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. People in our government's defense embedded in companies like Facebook and Google and using their capabilities to watch us. Now, it's public knowledge now that Edward Snowden has openly revealed that they are watching us, okay? Yet no one in the Democratic Party, except for a couple people like Senator Edward Wyden, the Democrat from Oregon, has complained about this for 2 years, but no one's listening. Obama is on board saying to Charlie Rose that our government is completely transparent. Let's be clear. There's only been one case where a FISA judge overturned this. And that's supposed to be an example of how our government is transparent. I'm sorry, but Obama is completely wrong there. Our government hasn't done enough to prevent warrantless wiretapping of our personal lives. And he even said during the campaign, Obama did, of 2008 and 2012, that he wasn't going to allow that. Okay? But it's still going on. It's still happening. So clearly we have lost control over our nation's most important amendments to the Constitution, our First Amendment and our Fourth Amendment.
Exactly.
And our Second Amendment is being attacked as well. So clearly we've got a serious problem that's not going away with the two-party system. The Republicans are okay with it, with the wiretapping of our phones. The Democrats are okay with it. So clearly we need a community of like-minded people like ourselves, folks, that want to stop this, or at least get more transparency so that these people don't have a free rein on our personal privacy. Clearly, none of us are doing anything bad to our country, so why should we be watched so closely? What we're doing is out in the open. We're not afraid to talk about anything because, frankly, we're not challenging the government. We're trying to change it from within. We're trying to run a political campaign to get elected to the White House. And this is a major thing. We are in the state of Washington, Nicole, and we have constructed our website, americasthirdparty.com, to give you guys a primer on how to get us on the ballot or how to get on the ballot yourselves. All of you can go to the website that Sarah developed, a wonderful website for us. Click on your state and read the laws necessary to get on the ballot. Some of the laws are based on 2012 information. We're still updating state by state, but this is something that all of you can do. And this is exactly what our forefathers put in place to prevent this type of country takeover of our freedoms.
It's going to take a lot of effort, but it takes the American people finally standing up and saying, I've had enough.
Right.
I've had enough of the two-party system. I've had enough of the control. I've had enough of these two units who are basically the same. The Democrats and Republicans are both the same. I've had enough. Let's do this and let's get America's third party on the ballot. It's going to be a very difficult task, but it's not impossible. It takes all of your help to get us on the ballot.
Okay, we are mobile friendly, folks. Our website at America's Third Party is mobile friendly, and I think all of you need to realize that you can get us on your iPad, on your
so as
Android.
You're walking around and you see people that are strike up a political conversation, say, hey, check this group out, America's Third Party, and simply pull it up on your phone And it's americasthirdparty.com.
Yeah, exactly. americasthirdparty.com. Now, technology is pretty much at the center of what we're doing. We've been using the free internet for over 4 years now, and we've been managing to keep the message going and keep the message alive about a third party with a very small budget. And we do rely on donations, and all of this is reported to the FEC, and we are 100% FEC compliant. What we're trying to do as average Americans is provide you guys a venue to communicate and to share ideas. And we do this every night, by the way, during the week. And we're trying to give you guys an opportunity to communicate, share, and also have fun. We want to make politics fun. We want to add that component of entertainment.
I think we had a lot of fun tonight on our show, and I encourage everybody to go on our show. If you go to americasthirdparty.com, you can click in the video chat, and even when we're not live, you can feel free to go live on our site. You can log in and sign in and start broadcasting. And cast with anybody that's there. So, and we are live though every single weeknight, starting at 6 p.m. Pacific to 8 p.m. Pacific.
Thank you, John Fu Master over at Battle Camp.
He says, I have to say I like you guys.
Thank you. Well, we are trying to perfect the message and excuse the technical difficulties we had tonight with our video, but we are working on doing a nightly video, and we upload to the video stream at YouTube, and you can watch this little segment in archive at our main site, americasthirdparty.com.